All right, everybody, you guys can come on in now.
Hello,
Let's
hello.
see. All right, people are kind of trickling in. Good stuff, you guys. Wow. Wow. That was a super informative session with Jamie there. I was like, I'm trying to obviously try to get some other work done and just make sure the event is going well, but I kept being like, wait, what did he say? Like, what's going on? Trying to stay tuned and make sure that I was learning as much as I could and all that good stuff. So awesome. Oh yeah, let's see. Let's see, you guys. You guys can now chat.
You guys like both those sessions from Fritz and Jamie?
Yeah, drop it in the chat if you guys had a good time so far. Good warm-up day. Good happy hour.
A little happy hour pre-show.
Good. Yeah, definitely super informative, and I love that he was really targeting obviously finding land and different creative ways of how to be able to acquire the land, which obviously everybody wants to buy land, and it's not impossible to just walk out and find something that you want, but it's more specifically like getting creative and how to actually buy the land, because that's the hardest part of it. So
Exactly. Yep. So I think having those different strategies on how to finance it, how to put together all the sorts of different financing packages or partners. There's just so many ways that you can get creative outside of just like a standard, cash purchase or typical mortgage purchase. And I think that opens up a lot of doors when you start being able to think outside the box, whether it's a big project like a community or a small parcel of land just to put your own tiny home. There's a lot of different options there, and I think that's super valuable for people.
for sure, definitely. Well, you guys, that was the first two sessions of the event. Tomorrow and the next day, the real meat of the event happens, even though we already got some good, solid information today. But the next 2 days are just going to be cram-packed full. So tomorrow, it's going to start at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. So I don't know what time zone you are in personally, but you can check on our website as well. The agenda is updated on there. So 8:30 a.m. is the start time Pacific time. And so, yeah, the day is just going to be filled with a lot of amazing speakers and, different sessions covering a lot of different topics. Really excited to kind of get into all of that as well. And as always, all the recordings are going to be available to all of you guys as well inside of the community, but that'll take us a few days to be able to get them all downloaded and rendered and uploaded and whatnot. So give us, and also right after the event, we'll be really wiped out and ready for a siesta, for like 2 or 3 day long siesta. So and get some time with the family and all that good stuff. So
we'll definitely crank out the recordings pretty quickly, and you guys will be able to go back and rewatch those indefinitely. So those will be kind of an ongoing resource going forward.
Yep, for sure. And another quick little reminder is always, whenever a session ends, just you can close out of that Zoom webinar, and we'll try to get the link inside of the chat box right as the sessions are ending, so you can just quickly click that
to the next session.
Yeah, but if not, then you can close out once the session ends, or it'll automatically close, and go back to the Tiny House community. And inside of that Tiny House community is where you'll find the links to everything. So make sure you go to the specific space inside of the Tiny House community, and that's where you will find the access to the Zoom links and so on. So definitely really excited for the next couple of days. I'm gonna pull up the I'm gonna pull up the agenda for the next couple of days, so just bear with me as I do that real quick. Let's see here.
Present full screen up there.
Why does that not want to do it?
Sure. Oh, click out of that. No, not letting us present.
Oh well.
There we go. Oh, there it is. Nice.
There it is.
Quick refresh did the trick.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna share this with you guys, and then that way we can show you guys what's going on. Let me do that real quick.
All right, you should be able to see our screen now here.
All right, if you can see the screen, make sure that you say something in the chat. If we can find the chat.
It's just over there. Sorry, put that.
There we go.
Okay.
Can you guys see this in the chat? Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Perfect. Thanks, you guys. All right, so tomorrow, right after our opening session in the morning, we're going to go into finding freedom through tiny home living abroad. And Patrick's been doing this for years and years and years, and he's an expert in living abroad and in small spaces, designing some really incredible eco-friendly small spaces. So that's going to be a great session to attend. Super informative, very inspiring. And then shortly right after that, we got Alex, and he's with Pacific West Associates, which is one of the other main RV certifying companies. So if you've heard of RVIA, Pacific West Associates is the exact same thing. It's just a different organization. And so the really cool part about
go for it. I think you're saying.
the really cool part about Pacific West Associates is that they are actually pro tiny homes, which is super awesome. And we love that they're actually wanting to see the tiny house industry succeed.
Well, next at 10 o'clock Pacific time, 10 o'clock in the morning, Trisha will be presenting Right Sizing for Tiny Living. This one's pretty, it goes basically right into the heart of figuring out how small you should go. A lot of people just try to cram themselves into a space that's just so tiny for the sake of being tiny, and they realize that it doesn't fit their actual lifestyle. And so you don't kind of understand what size tiny home or small home or home in general that really fits with your lifestyle, with your mindset, and that you can be comfortable in, and you can be, achieving your goals and your mission. That's really important. So she'll be diving into that.
And Trisha is like an organizing expert. Like she literally consults for organizing and decluttering and so on. So she's really good at that. So, and then after that, we'll have Jill Canto, and Jill Canto is amazing. She is putting together the largest database of tiny house communities through her website. And I believe she's got a new version of her website coming out tomorrow, hopefully. And she's going to be talking actually about the top 10 DIY building tips. So she's, done it all. She knows what the best tips are because she's built her own DIY tiny house as somebody who didn't have crazy tiny or building experience, but now she knows. And so she's bringing a lot of her expertise there. And then after that, we got Luis with My Tiny Way, and they're actually out of Uruguay, Uruguay, however you say it. And so they're in South America, and they're going to be talking about a look at the tiny house movement from the south of the South. And so he's going to be covering just a lot of different aspects of how the tiny house movement is looking outside of America, which is really unique, and it'll be a cool session to watch. And then we got is Tiny Living Right for You Right Now by everybody's favorite YouTubers, Alexis and Christian. So they'll be chatting all about that, and definitely excited to watch that session. They're always fun to watch, and they're full of life, so it's awesome. And they have a lot of experience, and I think that is a really good question to cover because so many people are just like, I'm gonna go tiny, whereas sometimes it might be better for you to plan it and go tiny, 6 months from now, or a year and a half, or 2 years, rather than just doing everything that it takes to go tiny tomorrow. It might be better to, make the appropriate steps to get there. So
not only have they lived tiny for a long time in an actual tiny house on wheels, but they've been traveling, and they have traveled thousands of miles, which not a lot of people can say they've actually done with a tiny house on wheels. So they really put it to its actual use case, which is pretty cool. They'll be able to, bring that unique insight.
I think they went over 20,000 miles in their tiny house.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then we got Richard, who's with Compo Closet, and you definitely want to attend that session. He's going to teach you guys all about the best composting methods, what makes their composting toilet so unique and special. And then when he's specifically going to be covered when is composting toilet a good choice for a tiny home, because obviously it's not always the best choice, but when it is the right choice, then you need to make sure that you have that option. So and they're giving away 2 free of their Cuddy compost toilets, and so you'll definitely want to make sure that you attend that session and learn all about it.
Up next, Erin is going to be presenting decluttering and organizing for tiny living. She's spoken at a couple of our events in the past, and it's, oftentimes one of the most attended sessions, just because it's so relevant to, pretty much anyone, wherever you're at in life and whatever size of home you are. Is just getting rid of junk, getting rid of things that are decluttering your home and your mind and your life, really. And so she dives into that. She has amazing experience in that world, and she's certified with Marie Kondo, and so she has some really cool presentation for you guys. So definitely tune in to that.
For sure. And then we got a tour of the Nomad with JP with Minimaliste. So they have always built some incredible, beautiful tiny homes. And I think the Nomad is one of their top models right now. So they're going to do a tour of it, which is going to be really cool. And then a live Q&A, which they literally always just drop tons of gold nuggets of information during those Q&As. So
yeah, they're literally walking around, a tiny house live, and so you can kind of just call out different questions as they're walking through the different spaces. Super useful, super informational there.
Yep. And then we got Jeff Yeo, and he's going to be talking about big dreams for tiny houses, and he's across the world. I do believe he's in Singapore right now when he's going to be presenting. And so he's got just a unique, different perspective and look on tiny homes. I'm really excited to hear all that he's got in store for that. So.
Yep. Then we got Mark Stevens with presenting
Tiny Home Power.
Yeah, Tiny Home Power. He's presenting off-grid tiny house living. That's definitely one of the huge questions we always get asked, is like how to set up off-grid tiny homes. With the different systems that are coming out nowadays, it's becoming more and more achievable from a price standpoint and just logistical. So he's going to be diving into that, showing some great use cases and equipment to be able to get set up right and properly. It's a somewhat complex thing, and I think that scares a lot of people, with solar and the electrical side of power and your tiny home. So he's going to help walk through that, which I think hopefully shed a lot of light on that topic.
Yep. And then we got Till, everybody's favorite Kiwi. He's going to be down. They're based out of New Zealand. And so him and his team, the Tiny Easy team, has been doing literally tons of amazing things for the tiny house industry, designing tiny homes. And now they've got a very cool tiny house designing software for businesses, for tiny house companies, but also for personal use and whatnot. So they're kind of pioneering that space. There's obviously other design software out there, but it's not very easy to just go design a tiny house. But their platform is literally specifically built for designing tiny homes on wheels, and then also other cabins and spaces like that outside of that. So a lot of flexibility there. And then we've got a couple of sessions to bring home. And we got Matt DeCarne from Australia. He's got an amazing accent, so you're definitely going to want to make sure to tune in for that one. But more importantly, he's going to be talking about ecotourism to alleviate housing affordability. So they're doing some really unique and cool homes and structures over in Australia right now. And so I'm stoked to kind of see and hear more about what he's got going on.
And next up, we got the legend, Jay Schaefer, one of the, really pioneers of tiny homes on wheels in general. And he's going to be dropping some crazy truth bombs on the dark side of tiny. And honestly, I don't really know where that or what that conversation is going to be about in depth, but he always has super interesting take on things and super smart. And yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, for sure. And then we got Nick Mosley with California Tiny House. And he is just a wealth of information as far as tiny homes go. He's on a bunch of different committees and organizations for all things small homes. modular homes, HUD structures, and everything. And I think he's going to be chatting a little bit about his kind of unique opportunities that his company is presenting with like the HUD structures, and you can get much better mortgages on the actual HUD homes, but it's very rigid and stringent to become HUD certified. So he'll probably talk a little bit about that, but also just in general, he'll be talking like DIY, or sorry, like Q&A type of setup there. So he'll just be chatting and bring all your questions, and he'll knock them out of the park for you. And that's, you guys, that's just tomorrow's sessions. And the next day it's even longer and even more incredible speakers, just like these ones we got here. So we're super excited for the next 2 days that are full jam packed. And I want to bring a big point to note that these time zones that are on the screen right now, that's all in Pacific time. So if you're in a different time zone, make sure that you convert it. We're over in the Pacific Northwest, we're in Portland, but we're in like the Los Angeles time zone. So if you're looking on like a world time clock or whatnot to convert it, make sure that you're converting from Pacific to whatever you're going into. So let's see here. That's the main. Oh yeah, and then tonight after this, we also, right after this session, we're going to do some speed networking. And so we're going to try out a system that we have that's set up for like one-on-one speed networking. We used to run this global online event through different software, and it had like a one-on-one speed networking, which is a really cool experience to be able to just meet people, chat with them for like 3 to 5 minutes. Then you get cycled out to a new person. It's kind of like speed dating, but you're not dating, you're just networking and making, like literally quite a few people have said, I've made some lifelong friends through these speed networking sessions. So it's definitely a fan favorite when we run these events. So we really, really hope that this new software will work smoothly and with no issues or anything like that. If there might be a couple of like small bumps and hiccups getting into it and whatnot, but just work with us on it. We're trying a new software for that speed networking, and it's not a very common thing to do, but people love it, and so we want to make sure that we're able to facilitate that as best we can. And then, oh yeah, the giveaways, we can cover that again real quick, but there's 2 giveaways. 2 people will win a Cuddy from Compost Closet, which is their composting toilet. And then 1 person will win a 5-night stay at one of WeCasa's tiny house resorts. So you'll definitely want to make sure that you tune in for that. And the ways to enter, here, you can scan it with your phone. If you're on your phone, you might be able to take a screenshot, and then once you pull up your photos, you might be able to get the scan there. But another way, I'm gonna move it. Hopefully you guys are all ready for me to change the screen. We'll make sure that we show you guys the instructions as well through emails and whatnot, so don't worry too much about it. But we've already emailed most of you guys about this. Unless you bought your ticket just recently, most of you guys should already have this email in your inbox, and look up how to join conference giveaway in your inbox. So
and we'll make sure everyone has that email as well before the event's over.
So we'll make sure it's nice and fair. So let's see. I think the speed networking should work on your phone, Susan Cranston, or I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyways,
we might need to. We have 8 minutes, so just
Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, real quick, we'll go through it. Sponsors. Podex Go, super awesome, and we're excited to share more about that. And they also are speaking on Friday, so make sure you tune into that, because they're going to talk about their foldable and mobile tiny house that basically folds out to 22 feet wide, but it can fold up to 8.5 feet. So, and I'm sure they'll probably show their prototype and everything that they got dialed in there. So. Then we got Shed Windows and More. They're doing some great things in the tiny house space. They've been in it for a long time, and so definitely know what they're doing when it comes to tiny homes. And Thomas Slack is going to be speaking on Friday as well, so make sure you tune into that session, and we'll be sharing more about them and everything soon too. And then we got a couple of our other sponsors, Compo Closet, Tiny Home Power and Theodore Vanities. Make sure you guys are giving these people some love. Check out what they got going on. And then we have Precision Temp. We gave them a shout out this morning about their tankless water heaters, but super efficient and durable, and the company stands behind their product. And then we've got
we touched on this earlier. Recordings will all be available to you guys in a really quick and easy format to access in the community and on YouTube. So we'll be opening that up after the event as soon as we can. So stay tuned for that. And then we just have a few minutes here. So one of the main things that we always get asked after these or towards the end of these conferences is all the attendees have so much fun interacting with the experts, the other community members, and they're like, how do we keep this magic alive? How do we keep this going? And that's what sparked the idea for us to have to build a tiny house community platform. And so most of you guys have already been on there, obviously, if you're in this this Zoom here, but that's a platform to continue to keep these conversations going, to continue to network, continue to meet new people, share your story, get insights and wisdom from other people that have gone before you, and also help others that are right in the mix of it, and newcomers as well. So that's a great platform that is available to everyone. And especially to All Access Pro members, they get some amazing different resources that Zach will you want to play that video?
Yeah, let's play that video.
Here's a video explainer of it.
Are you curious about tiny house living? Join our vibrant online community today, where you can explore, learn, and connect with fellow tiny house enthusiasts. Welcome to our virtual hub. The Tiny House University serves as a digital haven for those seeking to embrace the tiny house lifestyle. Here you'll find live online events, ebooks and resources, workshops, deals and discounts, recordings from past events, and courses on all things tiny houses. Let's take a tour of our most popular spaces. First, our live online events calendar is brimming with conferences, workshops, webinars, and Q&As. Join us for informative sessions hosted by experts in the tiny house industry. In the courses space, we focused on making the learning process interesting by creating interactive courses for our community to enjoy. Next, we've compiled an extensive library of ebooks, checklists, guides, and calculators for every aspect of tiny house living in the ebooks and resources space. Our archive also has hundreds of hours of top-notch tiny house education from previous events in both short and long formats. Within each space, members ask questions, share experiences, and learn from others who have already embarked on the tiny house journey. Check out what they have to say. The All Access Pro membership is typically valued at $499, but you can sign up for a quarterly subscription for only $45. Interested? Getting started is simple. Visit our website and click on the Join Now button. You'll be asked whether you want to be billed monthly or yearly. Then simply input your information and payment details to create a profile.
I'm not sure. I just paused. Finally, you'll receive an email from us.
All right, I think my computer's overloaded, but yeah.
So the link to our community portal. It's really easy. Get ready to connect with an incredible group of people who share your passion for
All right, sorry about that. I don't know if you can hear me.
sustainable living and tiny house adventures. Join us today and together.
There we go, I think. You guys might still be able to hear us, but my computer literally just it shut down just a bit. Oh, you see here? So bad. You have your volume down. Hear me? Let's see. I can't find where my Zoom is though. There we go. We're like almost back. You know, log on Zoom. You log into the Zoom account and you can just like figure out the log. Yeah. 1 second. We're almost back if you can hear me. You log in. Oh, you just ended it.
All right, we're back on a different computer. Not sure if you guys can see us here or not. There we go.
There we go. Sorry, you guys, about that. Literally,
As we're talking about, hey, I hope this goes smoothly. But yeah, Zach's computer decided to just completely crash on him. So back on over here. And basically we're just saying, yeah, we're about to start the meet and greet. There's probably people already jumped over there. And I think that should be good to roll. So we'll jump in there like Zach was saying, be patient with the process. It's a new software. So hopefully it goes smoothly. It's a fun just way to connect and you know, have fun and meet new people and share your story. And, you know, so it's like Zach was saying, it's definitely a fan favorite. So some people get a little nervous, like hopping on with someone they've never talked to before. But the vast majority of people that we've heard, they've said, hey, I was nervous at first and it was just so much better than I thought. I'm glad that I didn't like get scared about it and I just ended up doing it. So give it a shot. It's kind of fun. So anyways, you guys can hop over there. Let me get the link. Here we go.
yeah, just click there.
Actually, here, let's do this right here. Boom. Dropping the link in the chat. and you guys can head over there.
Awesome.
All right, we'll see you there. Thank you,
Yep.
everyone.
See ya.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow morning, 8:30 Pacific time.
Awesome.
Cheers.
See you, everyone.